everyone. I'm Bethany with Caterpillar, and I'm so excited that you're here hanging out with us. Happy Friday. We made it to Friday. I am so excited to be here because we have some fun things to share. And if you didn't know, we have a new sew along happening in October, so coming up very soon. But this time I'm doing a special guest. But before I introduce to you the special guest that is going to be joining us with this sew along, which I'm so excited about, I would love for you to just say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm my home studio, and we've got some people helping us in the background. My colleague Eric is helping out. So if you have questions or if you see some comments from Caterpillar or Nook and Notion, that is Eric hanging out with us. He's going to be helping drop some links in the chat as well that will be helpful to you. And we're also going to spend a few minutes talking about the Handmade Collective virtual event, which is happening next week. So we have a lot to talk about, and I want to jump right into it. Eric, thank you for popping that up on the screen. So our Handmade Collective virtual event is happening next week on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. It is 3 fun-filled days. And actually, I'm going to just give you a little hint. Hi, everybody. I'm going to give you a little hint and let you know that someone who taught at our June virtual Handmade Collective event is our special guest today. I hadn't said that before, but if you were wondering who it might be, that might have been the hint to give it away. I think it's time we just bring him to the stage. Are you guys ready to meet my special guest today? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You ready? Let me know. Let me know. Should I hit the button and say, we're so ready? Okay, let's do this. Corey!
Hi, Bethany. Hi, people.
Hi. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
All right, guys. So this is Corey Pearson. He's with Linda's. And if you tuned into our June virtual event, you probably recognize Corey. He hung out with us in the virtual event in June on Friday and just had the most fun demonstration of quilting. And we just had the best time. And when we launched these sew along kits for our next sew along happening in October, he messaged me, he goes, I got the kit, but I would love to be a part of your sew along. And I said, well, yes, that's amazing. And so then I said, well, let's just announce that you're going to be hanging out with us and doing this sew along with us. And so that's what we're doing today. And we're so glad you're here. So Corey, thank you.
You are so welcome. Thank you. I am so excited to be here. I love a good sew along. And the one that you and Melody showed off, I was like, that is really, really great. And I love the idea of this because it's very beginner focused as well. I know a lot of people can't get to quilt shops or get to classes. And so being virtual, like the Handmade Collective event or like these sew-alongs, I think is so incredible. So hats off to you, Bethany, because I know how much work it takes to put these things together. And I'm just excited to be here and be a part of it.
It's a lot of work. I mean, we did a sew along over the summer. I did with Melody, and it was our first one. And we had such a great time and such positive feedback that we decided we should do it again. Like that was our little test run. But I mean, we stretch it out and break it down so you have time to work on things in between. But at the end of the day, while it's a lot of work, it's just nice to sit and sew with you all. And it's a break from all the other things I do with the job, right? So if I can spend some time sewing with you guys, it's totally worth it. I enjoy it so much. And I know you do too.
Agreed. 1,000% agreed.
Anytime we can work in some sewing into work hours, why not?
I mean, sold. Getting paid to sew, say less. Sign me up.
I'm there. Say less. Well, before we dive, Linda, yes, there are a few kits left. We're going to drop some links to the kits, and Eric's helping out with that. So you can go grab your kit. There aren't a whole lot left. So let's jump right into the kit and show you guys what it is. And then we'll talk about the Handmade Collective at the end. But Corey, do you have your kit there?
I do have my kit right here.
This is it. So this is a new Riley Blake kit. I know it's September, but if you don't start the holiday sewing soon, it'll sneak up on you. So we're going to work in some little projects, and this is a fun one. And like Corey said, very beginner friendly. It's called the A Little Christmas. It's a mistletoe and holly Little Christmas. It's a table runner, and this is by Riley Blake. And we're going to unbox this kit together because I want you to see everything that comes in it, and we'll answer any questions you have about it. But this table runner finished size is 18 inches by 60 inches. It's a good size, but it's not as big as the one we did over the summer. That was also a Riley Blake kit. And so if that one was a lot, this one's a little smaller and I think much more manageable. And I love just like the traditional block style.
Yeah, and I think having like you said, a smaller project is also really good because once you get too far into it and you're just like, yeah, no, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. This one, it feels very, what's the word, attainable to do. And
Yes, achievable, and
even
starting a little early, you're going to get it done before holidays, before you're ready to decorate. Unless you're like me and you're decorating November 1st
November 1st,
for
Bethany, that's
Christmas.
late. No, we doing it. We doing it before that. We having a Halloween tree, and that's easily switching straight to Christmas tree.
So you switch it like, I mean, do you leave the Halloween tree up till the 31st of October?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and then so
I
when
guess
do you?
I guess the next day would be November 1st, which is what you
Yeah,
just said. Everything's fine. I'm fine. I know how a calendar works. I'm good.
we're on the same page. I was thinking you decorated for Christmas before Halloween because the only day before would be Halloween. I was like, well, that's
It's
bold.
fine. Everything's fine. We see each other. It's good.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Janet, will Corey show quilt using the quilt as you go system?
Will Corey show quilting this? Quilting
Yeah.
this kit, doing the quilt as you go system. I totally can if you want me to. Sure.
So one of the things I love about Corey joining the sew along is, and if you weren't a part of our summer sew along, and it's on our YouTube if you want to go back and watch any of it, but I broke it up into 3 parts, and so it was like prepping your material, cutting your pieces, preparing your material, and starting to build those blocks. And so we would go through and build like an entire block or 2 and practice that, because that kit was very repetitive. It was like the pretty petals, and we still have a few of them on our website if you want to grab it. But it was making a bunch of the same block over and over and over again. And so we walked through, and that was our whole first session. It was a lot of tips, setting the machine correctly, getting the right foot, like all of that kind of stuff for truly a beginner. And then the second session, which was a few days later, we came back and we took all of our blocks and we started building rows, adding the sashing and borders, and building out the whole quilt top. And then the third session was making the quilt sandwich and quilting and then binding. And I know that sounds like a lot, but we kind of broke it up that way intentionally. And then you could always go back and rewatch and do it at your own pace as well. But breaking it up like that allowed people to kind of work along with us or be able to go back and watch. But we were able to give you so much helpful advice. So when Corey said, I would love to be a part of this, I said, please. And Corey, I sent you the dates. I'm assuming you're hanging out with us all 3 days, hopefully.
I don't see why not. Everything looks pretty clear on the calendar.
If something comes up,
you know me in a calendar, Bethany. So
I'm gonna be like texting him, we're going live tomorrow. Come on. I'm just kidding. But I told him at least if he could join that last session, because that's where we're going to dive into the quilting. And I know he and I both have done a lot of quilting, but he can definitely add some new information. And I'll probably learn some things from Corey myself of different ways and styles to quilt it as well. And so we're both going to bring some different things to this. But with both of our experiences, you're going to get so much information, tips, tricks. So whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, I truly believe that everybody will learn something, because there's so many different ways of doing different types of quilting and sewing. And so we'll talk about foundational things, but like expand your ideas to maybe trying something new.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then you've got me. I've been looking at this a little bit off camera. You see my eyes darting down. I'm trying to break it apart in my head of how we can turn it into quilt as you go, but I will figure it out. And so we can show the people, because the people deserve that, Bethany. They need to know.
I think so too. I think so. I would like to see that. I would like to see that. So I don't know about you, but let's switch our cameras and let's start unboxing. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat, and Eric will pop them up on the screen for us so we can see them. But here's the kit. Super, super cute. By the way, this is, if I didn't say, from Riley Blake, this is a brand new kit for this season. This is brand new fabrics, brand new kit, brand new pattern, and we cannot get any more of these. So we have a certain amount set aside, and they're on our website, and we've been selling them for a week now. But I hope I would love as many people to come sew with us as possible. So grab your kit. And let's dive into this. So I've already got one open. By the way, these boxes are nice.
Let me say, Bethany, when I opened this up, and I love a good package. It's like embossed on this.
It's hard to see on my camera because I have so many lights on. You can probably see it on his camera better. But there it goes. If I can turn it. It just
There
says
it is.
Riley. It's really subtle, soft cream, and it's got a magnetic closure right here. So I already know I'm going to be storing sewing notions or threads or like buttons, whatever whatever I want to put in here. I mean, it's a nice little box, and it just stays magnetically closed.
Oh, we're
It's
keeping
so.
it closed. Okay, sorry. Hold
Oh
on.
no! I'm just saying,
Oh,
like,
okay.
it's easy to use. Like, it's a reusable box. It's a
Yes,
decorative reusable box. You could, when you cut out all of your pieces and you don't want to lose any, put them right back in this box.
that's a
That's the
great
best.
idea.
Yeah, like, so you don't lose any of them. That's important. That would be horrible.
Okay.
Okay, I've already taken mine out. So if you want to go ahead
Oh,
and take yours out and take all the
okay.
plastic off, but you are going to get instructions with your kit. And it says on here it's a runner and matching pillow. So I
I'm
think you have
sorry.
enough fabric to
What?
make a pillow.
Oh, well, that's really good too, because if we want to do this, if I want to do this quilt as you go, you always have to have a little extra fabric to do that. So if it's got enough to do that, then it
Yeah.
shouldn't be a problem at all. That's awesome.
Yeah. And by the way, Corey and we are unboxing this with you guys. He just got his in the mail yesterday. So we both have to sew this up with you. So just know that we're diving right into this. He and I have never made this project before, but we love quilting and sewing. So we know we can confidently walk you guys through this. Someone asked, what's the finished size? The finished size is 18 inches by 60 inches for the table runner. And then it looks like the optional pillow is one of the blocks with a little border around it. So we'll kind of figure that out as we go. But I just wanted to show you all that the instructions are really nice. They come in colors. They give you the tips. We're going to walk you through all of this. If you've never quilted before or pieced anything, it's got all the terminology here. We'll talk through that as well. We'll walk through the best practices for like cutting your fabric, what width of fabric or WOF stands for, how to build it out. It's going to be so pretty. It's going to be.
I love what Jana said here in the chat. She said, "It looks so pretty. We should just buy two and give one to our sewing bestie." 1000%, Jana. I'm here for it.
Absolutely. I mean, I would love to get this for Christmas instead of a gift card. Like, buy me a sewing kit all day, every day.
It's just incredible. Okay, we should probably focus
Have you
on the
never
fabric.
seen one of the Riley Blake boxes before, the kit boxes before?
No, I haven't.
They're
so good.
So nice. I love it. All right, let's pull out all of these pretty fabrics because they are so nice. Now, these are fabrics by Beverly McCullough, who's one of the designers for Riley Blake, and they're just so pretty. I love all of these. These are very traditional Christmas, and that's why I picked out this kit for our holiday sew along, because I feel like it matches the colors. It's not leaning towards Santa or snowmen or reindeer or gingerbread men. It's very much just a beautiful Christmas seasonal thing that you could sit out on your table and blend in with any decor that you have.
Yeah.
Look at this plaid.
I'm living for the plaid, and I normally don't lose words very often, but this is the time.
You know what I love about it is that hint of pink in it. Do you see that? That hint of pink?
So gorgeous.
With the red. I love it when they work in a little pink into a Christmas print, and it's going to show up again in another print. I've already dug through this, so I'm giving spoilers away. This is our background, like some of our background fabric. So in this kit, you get everything to make the entire quilt top and the binding. You do have to supply your own backing and batting, but the top and the binding are included, which I think is really important to note, because I went to a fabric store the other day for a little fabric therapy, and I bought a kit. And guess what? It didn't include the binding. I was like, how hard would it have been to just throw in a little more fabric for the binding? And so I had to buy that separately. And thankfully, they still had that matching fabric for me to get it. But I just like to always point out that not all kits do that, but I love that Riley Blake's kits do. So just know that you are getting the binding fabric with this as well. And then
I have to
this,
throw in a quick side note too,
yeah.
Bethany. In this pattern, you guys don't see this very often, and I love a good wide back fabric. That's what we
Mhm.
specialize here in at Linda's. And in the backing section, it's giving you instructions for either 42-inch wide or actual if you want to use wide back.
I love that because
I'm here for it. It's not
a lot of
common.
times they don't, or they don't specify what they're, if they
Right.
give measurements, they don't say like, oh, I need 2 yards. Well, is that 108 or not? Like I'm always
Exactly.
questioning it. So I love that they give you the option, and especially with it being a smaller project, it's
Yeah.
important that you don't need to use a wide back, but you can if you have, especially if you have some extra laying around from another project.
Right.
Sean asked, how do we order? Sean, we have these available over on Caterpillar's website, and Eric is going to drop a link in the chat to it. So you can go click on that link and get your kit. We only have so many. So hopefully you guys can grab it today. And that way you'll be able to sew along with us. Now, before we dive in more to this fabric, Eric, can you put the banner across the bottom that says when the sew along starts? There it is. So the sew along starts October 22nd. That's when the first part will start. So please go grab your kit. That way it will get shipped out and you'll have it ready to go when we're ready to start the sew along. That's part 1. Part 2 will be on the 24th. So that's a Wednesday and a Friday, and then you'll have the weekend and into next week to get caught up if you want, or sew ahead. And then on Wednesday, the 29th, we'll wrap it up. But it is all recorded. So if you can't sew live and you want, or in real time, and you want to just catch the replay and do it later, that's totally fine. It'll live on YouTube and Facebook for you to go back and watch at any point. All right.
Cool.
Is there a percentage off if you buy so much? Linda, we don't have a discount on these kits because we get them from Riley Blake. So we have to price them as per their recommendations. So we don't have a coupon code that will work on our Riley Blake kits, unfortunately. But they are priced very well. This kit is very well priced. And you're getting an entire 3-part series sew along for free with Corey and I, which is just going to be so helpful for you guys to make this and be successful and have the best time and take all these tips that we're going to share into your next project. So, all right. Did you open these up yet?
I haven't, but I do have one thing to add as well. I know a lot of my audience is watching this too because we've got it streaming to my channel as well. Everyone, if you're looking for this kit, make sure you're hopping over to the Caterpillar website to grab it. It will not be on our website. I know that they're throwing the link in the chat, but don't forget you have to hop over to the Caterpillar website to grab this stunning kit because I don't have this one on my website. This is a Caterpillar exclusive. Bethany's got connections. I don't know.
I get the hiccup. Well, I mean, when it comes to doing stuff like this, you got to buy early, right? And
Yeah.
we got them like back in the summer. So we've been sitting on these for a hot minute. And I'm really excited to do these. I love holidays. I love Christmas. I love this whole time of the year. Like the last 4 months of the year are probably my favorite part of the year. We call them the Burr months: September, October, November, December.
Oh, yeah.
Burr month. And October is my birthday. So I love all things fall and pumpkin spice. But then I get into the holiday season. Like I said, November 1st, I'm decorating.
The Burr month. I love that. It's comfy. It's comfy clothes season for me, though.
I'm already rocking
my hoodies. I know. I see that. You're repping it.
It's warm outside. Don't get me wrong. I'm in Tennessee. It's warm outside, but my AC is always cold, so it's fine. All right, let's show you these fabrics. Remember how I said that there was a little bit of pink in that plaid? There's pink in these poinsettias here. Look how pretty these are, and the bows and the ribbons. So they work it in, and it's just so pretty. I love all of these prints so much. And it's such good. I mean, you guys know Riley Blake has such beautiful, high quality fabric. This has got a little hint of that pink in there with the green and the red.
Oh, it's so
Look
pretty.
at this. Okay, this is my favorite part. Look at this little pink deer.
Okay, for a hot second, I thought you got more fabric than me. I didn't know they were folded inside of this.
They are. They're all folded in.
I was about to start crying. I was like, how'd you get more than me? Okay, guys, I know how to unbox the kit. There we go.
We don't do pranks here.
Oh my gosh, look at it. Okay, I got to the point too. Oh.
So I think and so with these prints, we've got some definite directional prints in this, and we're going to want to be a little intentional and like fussy cut for center blocks and stuff. So we'll definitely be talking about like fussy cutting and things like that, which is so helpful. Look at this pink holly. Louise, welcome. I'm so happy you're here.
Let's see. We got a question here from Heather. Bethany?
Heather is a square image with trees in it, almost like a table topper. Is that in the kit? If not, where? Heather, great question. All right. So if you are talking about this, I'm sorry about the email mess up. Let me get onto my team. There is another sew along that we're going to do in November. Cat's out of the bag.
Cat's okay, out of the Heather, bag. You caught on it. She saw it, though. She found the Easter egg. She did it.
We found the Easter eggs. I'm trying to play it coy like Taylor Swift, but apparently I'm not as good as her. We do have another sew along happening in November with this one, and we are going to dive into this one at another time. We'll be diving into this one next week in our and unboxing it next week in our Handmade Collective virtual event happening next week over at Caterpillar. So you can learn all about that one. And yes, Corey's going to be joining us for this one too. But that's in November. We're talking about October. We can't get ahead of ourselves. We can. I intentionally wanted you guys to do the table runner first because it is beginner friendly. It is a quicker project and it kind of gets us in the motion of holiday sewing. And then we're going to tackle that one in November. And that one also has applique involved. So it will probably be a 4-part series because we're going to have a whole session just on applique. So we're leveling up some skills with that one. So that's why I wanted to start with this one and then we'll level up to that one. So I love it. Marcy says, just take my credit card now. They're so good. They're so good. All right, Heather, love you, girl. Thanks for calling it out. And I'm all about spilling the tea. I'm not going to gatekeep anything. These have been on our website the whole time that our other kits have been on the website, but we're just kind of trying to let you guys know about the one that's happening first. But you can grab both and be prepared for both. Absolutely. And by the way, we have less of the bigger quilt kits than we do the smaller table runner kits. So if you want to grab both, go for it. Go for it. I love it. Heather caught the Easter egg. All right, we have the pink holly. I love that there's like a hint of pink, but it's not over the top. And then we have the red background with the bells and all the. It's just so traditional.
This is gorgeous with the pink. Normally, I'm not a pink person, but this red with the color, right? Because there's like 8,000 versions of red. This pink with it is stunning.
It is. And it's hinted into most of the prints, but it's subtly done. And so it's not overwhelming and it blends in. It acts as kind of that balance to the bold reds and the greens, which I absolutely love. I love the little bells. So yeah, these are all the holiday prints that will be in this beautiful table runner.
Wow. It's just.
I mean, this almost makes me want to invite someone over for the holidays.
I think this is almost my favorite one.
I do. Well, so you've got the green one on your screen, and I've got the red on mine. So it's the same print, but in different colorway, and they're both stunning.
I love it. I think I love this print. Both colors, both the green and the red, are just. Oh. So
all right, good. I'm going to tell you my favorite print in this collection. And it is this soft green with all of the little characters. But honestly,
it's the pink deer.
It's the pink deer that does it.
Pink deer that does it. I knew it.
I've never seen a pink deer before, but now that I have, I'm like, it makes sense. It just makes sense.
It's meant to be.
It is. But these are the beautiful fabrics that come in this kit. As I mentioned before, everything that is in this kit will help you make the entire quilt top, which is this entire quilt top, as well as the binding that is included. You will need to provide your own backing and your own batting and threads and those kind of things. But everything for what you will see on top of your table when you finish and put this on your table for display is included, which I think is important to note so you guys are prepared. But yeah, we have these beautiful fabrics. All of these other ones. I mean, okay, so look.
It's the plaid.
The plaid with it.
It's
And then this little gray background holly is just like the perfect little add-on. So I'm super excited about this.
I just can't get over. If you look close to the pattern, you look how they're having us do the binding. I'm assuming it's cut on the bias, but they're using the plaid for the binding, and it's giving like a crosshatch effect.
Yeah, it
It's
looks like it's
so
coming off
good.
of it, doesn't it? I'll
It's
see if I
so
can hold
good.
it up close enough. It's hard. Oh, I'll show it on this little pillow. It's a little bigger right here. See if my camera will focus. So what he's talking about is the plaid is the binding, and the way that it's done, it makes it look like the binding's bouncing off of it, which is super cute. It's all intentional, right? Of using different prints and different patterns and different things to get different looks. I mean, this would look completely different if it was a solid binding. And that's what's fun about quilting is you can create some really cool aesthetics with a fabric just because of the print that is on the fabric.
Right. It's just, I can't get over these fabrics.
And this beautiful box. So once you get started, you get your kit and you cut all your pieces, just put them right back in here with the instructions until it's time to sew along. Okay. And you don't have to cut beforehand. We're going to go through the cuttings, like all the things you need to cut. But if you want to cut in advance, you absolutely can. Brooke, I also love the effect of that binding. I've actually never used a plaid for a binding, so I'm really excited to see how this comes out.
Have you done a stripe binding before?
Like, huh?
Have you done a stripe binding before?
I have.
Yeah.
And I've done like a candy cane binding,
exciting.
and I've done that, but like I've done the stripe where it's like, you know, it's giving like
the stripe is striping. Yes.
Yeah, it's not at an angle or anything like that. But honestly, I avoid direction like stripes in plaids a lot of times because I want to make sure I'm cutting it so that it's going the right direction. Because then if you have like pieces going together, especially in garment sewing, which I do a lot of as well, if it's not all going the same direction, it's like
got problems.
Makes your eyes twitch, you know, and that's just my OCD. Some people it doesn't bother, but it's yeah. So but I'm excited to see it in this, and I'm excited to see using it in a different direction to give that kind of zigzaggy look, which is going to be.
I'm excited too.
So this is the kit, y'all. Are you excited? Anybody else now in the holiday spirit?
So much fun.
It's going to be a blast. So
this
again,
is legit live reaction to people because Bethany told me not to open this until we were on camera. So I'm literally in awe. You know, I like to talk, and I'm not talking very much because it's good. It's so good.
Mind blown. I never thought I could make Corey speechless, but here we are.
It's a very rare occurrence, so I will send you a certificate because you did it.
You want a gold star? I need a medal, a badge of honor. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So again, we're going to start this sew along October 22nd. I know that sounds like a far way off, but it's really not. It's going to be here so fast. You're excited to start making Christmas gifts. I love that. Achievement unlocked. Yes, Eric. For sure. Eric with the jokes. I love it. If you guys have any questions for us about the kit, this is a great time to ask. Like I said, when we started this live, I think we had maybe 50 or so. That might be generous. We've been selling these for the last week, and I didn't look before we started the live. So you might want to go check. And we have less of the quilt ones for the Christmas trees, which are available to get now as well. So if you want to get both, you can, or whatever you want to do. We'll be announcing and unboxing that one later. So you can go check that out next week on our Handmade Collective virtual event. But yeah, Eric, if you want to drop the link to, oh my goodness, my back popped. If you want to drop
these comments. They're so
what?
Funny. Everybody's comments is just killing me.
You deserve a round of applause for your great instructions in the previous sew along. Thank you, Louise. I really appreciate that. Our previous sew along was it was not as beginner friendly as this one. And it was also a Riley Blake kit, which we do have a few left over on our website if you want to grab it. It's the Pretty Petals, Lori Holt, Pretty Petals. And it is a table runner, but it is massive. And so I'm actually using it as a bed runner on the end of my bed because my house isn't big enough for a table that big. So it's huge. I want to say it's like over 6 feet long and like 3 feet wide. Like it's a big table runner and it's stunning. I have it over here. But we walked through that whole project last time and it was so fun. And I have to say, even my beginners who have never quilted before did a fabulous job. This one, Louise, is so much easier. It's also smaller, more manageable. It won't take you as long. There's not as many blocks. We are literally making 4 blocks. So if you look at this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're making 4 blocks. We'll put a little border around that and bind it, like quilt it and bind it. So it is definitely beginner friendly. And this is also just like the last one. We had some people that tuned in and said, I'm going to make this a smaller table runner, or you could take this and make it into like 4 placemats instead. So we're going to talk about all the different ways that you can customize this for your own home. I think there's a lot of things that you could do with this. Since I have a round table, I usually do a center table. Linda, I also have a round table and nobody ever sits at it. It just collects things like packages. So you could make these into 4 placemats on your round table if you want. Or instead of doing it in a long way, you could do 2 and 2 and put that in the center of your table. That's what's fun about quilting is like, here's the recommendation, but like you're going to have all the tools to be able to make it your own. And we're going to talk about that in the sew along. So if you have questions in the sew along as we're going through and you're ready to like decide how you want to make this personalized to you, it's a great time to ask those questions.
We had
Lindell said they made the table runner from our last sew along much smaller, and I saw a lot of people make it smaller and then make separate placemats or pillows or other things. Now, we have a Facebook group at Caterpillar. It's a private Facebook group. It's called the Caterpillar Creations Hub. And we have so many friends over there that join and share what they're working on, whether it's one of our sew-alongs or if they need help or they just want to like show their first quilt block they've ever done, which a lot of people shared their very first quilt block from our last sew-along in that group. And I love cheering them on. I love helping them. I love answering their questions. So if you want to join our Caterpillar Creations Hub, I really encourage you to do so, especially if you're going to do our sew-alongs, because in between sew-alongs or leading up to it, or even after, if you have questions or just want to show your work, that's a very wonderful place to do it. I'm there. I actually approve everybody that comes into the group, and I try to comment on as many as I can and help you guys out. And it's a very supportive group. So jump over there. As soon as our live's over, I'll go in and make sure I'm approving everybody that wants to join us over there. And you can see some of the pictures of what we did last time. Corey, I'm going to show you what I did last time. Do you want to see?
Okay. Yeah, of course I want to see. I love seeing all the quilts, all the things.
Now, I still have to finish this. I had to make it. What you guys don't know, the TV magic of it is the reason I have 2 kits is because I make one in advance and then I make one live. So this one's not quilted yet. It's quilt sandwiched, but it's not quilted yet.
This was y'all's first sew along?
Yes, we kind of went
Girl, big. You put them through it. I
but
love
you
it
know what?
though.
They did it.
They did it. Oh, it's so good. Oh,
it's so pretty. And like I said, it is massive. It's
so cute. That's a table runner?
Yes.
I need that.
It's a bed runner for me. But let me tell you, what's great about these projects is we made 1 block and then we repeated that a bunch of times. And what's great about quilting, if you can make the 1 block, the more you practice it, the better and easier it gets. And so doing something like this, it's very repetitive, is great for beginners because it's practicing the skills and making those like good habits from the start so that the next time it's a little easier and you can take that on with you. If you had a quilt that was like every block was different, that would be hard, right? Yep, but this was creating repetition. And we even worked with some really small pieces. And let me tell you, I had people who have never quilted before that made this successfully, beautifully, quilted it, bound it, everything. And you can see some of those pictures over in our Facebook group. So I need to finish this one. I lost wind after the last one.
Need to get that quilted, Bethany.
Well, maybe I'll just send it to you and let you long arm it for me.
I mean, I could, yeah. I would do that just for you.
But yeah, so this one, long story short, this one is smaller. And yeah, Jana, Melody did do a fabulous job on it. So Melody is my colleague at Caterpillar. She's at a show today, so she's not with us on the live, but she will be with us during the sew-along. And it was her first big quilt to do, and she did fabulous too. Like when I say I love teaching people how to sew, and I will always meet you where you're at and help you. So I may give more information than some people need, but there's always someone that needs it because they've never heard it before. So all those little tips work in, and you just take what you need. And so it's just fun. We're very supportive. And at the end of the day, I know you're going to succeed. And then you're going to have something new that you can show off in your home during the holidays. So yeah. Is there free shipping if you buy more? Linda, on our website, Caterpillar's website, it's free shipping over $98. So if you get both kits, yes, free shipping. Or if you get other Caterpillar products with your kit, as long as your cart is over $98, you automatically get free shipping. So great question on that.
Earlier in the live, Tina said, does it come with enough fabric for starching first?
I usually starch or use something. I'll usually use something like this, or I have several different ones that I'll rotate through. I use that on my last one. So yeah, I didn't wash the fabric in advance. I normally don't. But I will press and starch it first before I cut it. And you should have enough because there's also going to be extra
for the pillow. Yeah.
So we should, and even if you don't want to make the pillow, it's nice to just know that there's a little extra fabric in case you miscut or mess up and need to cut a new piece. With our last project, I had some leftover fabric with that one too. They do give you a little wiggle room, which is helpful. By the way, these are brand new patterns, brand new fabrics. The fabric store I went to the other day here in Nashville for a little retail therapy, I saw these kits there, and I was like, "Oh, like Riley Blake sold out of these, so we got the last few. So we will not be restocking these if they sell out. So go grab them. Come hang out with Corey and I October 22nd. That's our first session. Our second session will be a couple days later on the 24th. So Wednesday, Friday, and then the following Wednesday. And we do it in the afternoon. But again, you can catch the replay at any point or watch back. Some people like to watch and just take notes and then watch the replay and sew at their own pace. So you just do whatever you want, but we'll be here to give you all the tips. All the tips,
all the excuses to keep an earbud in while you're working, so you can watch us and have a good time. We are going to have so much fun. You get us, Bethany and I, unplugged on camera basically for a sew along. It's gonna be interesting.
It is gonna. We've never done one before. Maybe we should do a practice one before.
Nah. I think we should just go for it. And we're gonna have great. We're gonna have great. It's like I don't know English. We're going to have a great time. It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be a blast. I don't know if you've ever heard Melody and I say this, but we go rogue a lot.
Yes.
And it's something about the power of being live, and that we know we can kind of just do whatever we want, right? Because we're live. So Melody and I are kind of notorious for going rogue, and I know you're just going to be right there along, like the Three Musketeers of us, just like doing it together. So it's fine. We'll just do whatever. We're going to have a lot of fun though. And I know you're going to share some quilting stuff, some binding things as well. Like talk a little bit about some of the things that you're thinking about bringing to the sew along.
So my brain goes to, I like to find ways to piece things together a little bit faster. Yeah. So you'll give them that lovely kind of basic information, not even basic, beginner information, really foundation. That's what I'm looking for. Foundation information. And then I'm going to think about it in a different way of like, okay, how am I going to cut this faster so I can get this done quicker so I can move on to the next thing? Because I get bored very easily. It's not just you, Bethany. I just get bored.
No, I always break it down pretty simple, but then when I do it myself, I'm usually like finding the shortcuts too, because I have to sew two up at the same time.
No, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
So finding some of those shortcuts that are still
Chain
beginner
piecing.
friendly, and oh, I love
Yeah,
chain piecing. That's oh,
yeah,
it's so good.
yeah.
And then I'll start. I'm going to go ahead and start. Since I have a picture of the finished project, I'm going to go ahead and start thinking of different ways and drawing up different quilting designs to bring to
Mhm.
the table, so
Yeah.
everyone can kind of get some ideas. And then we sell some binding tools here that I love for putting my binding together. So we'll
Mhm.
talk about that and just kind of plug it all together.
I know. And I love any time I can do binding a different way,
Yeah.
right? Like I feel like binding can be a fun way to add a little flair. Some
Yep.
people like to like hide into the binding, but I think if you can find fun different methods for binding that you're more comfortable with, you'll find that you want it to be the showstopper of it or a
Yeah.
highlight of it. I like it when my binding really frames things in or draws attention. Like this one with using the plaid, it's going to draw so much attention, but with a plaid, it's going to hide stitches really well. So you can
Uh
either
huh.
hand bind it, machine bind it. I mean, we're going to show you so many different ways, so you can decide what you prefer.
Yeah.
Like I
I
said
like the
before,
really Oh, I'm sorry, Bethany.
no,
Sorry.
I was just saying, like I said before, there's just so many different ways to do things. So just know that you may like it a certain way. We may show some different ways, but there's no wrong way. We're going to just give you a lot of options and let you decide what is your personal preference. Say the days and times again. So the day we're going to start the So Long is October 22nd, and it starts at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Central Time. And it's in the afternoon. It's a great way to kind of like wind down the day. And then we'll do it again on Friday, the 24th, same time. And then we'll be back on Wednesday, the 29th, same time. So it's the same time every day. And we've got some days in between so Corey and I can get caught up and
Yeah,
keep
we'll
up.
be on FaceTime together getting through some things so we can stay caught up with you guys. But
Yes.
I was gonna say a second ago, I actually really like a poofy binding. I like it to
Ooh.
when I frame it, I like it to lift up a little bit. And
Yeah.
I've got a great tip that I came up with to do it. I was at a retreat this past weekend and told the people in the audience this tip, and everyone about fell out of their chair because it's not something
That's
you
what
think
we're
about.
here
But
for.
I know that's we're here for the tips. So I can't wait to bring that too because I love a nice poofy binding because it
Yeah.
frames it beautifully.
Yeah. It's just don't sleep on binding. And I know
No,
a lot of people are like, I hate the binding part. I don't like to do the binding. Well, then you're not doing it right. You need to try a different type of binding. Like explore, have fun. It doesn't have to be boring or a chore or nerve wracking.
right.
There's a lot of fun. I recently did a whole tutorial on my YouTube about flange binding. Love flange binding.
Love a flange. Yes. Oh, and I've got a tool for that too that I can show you.
You really?
Yes.
You got all the tools. Do you have a thread color suggestion? So when we piece it, we'll probably just use a white or a neutral or a cream. So it kind of those stitches kind of get hidden and lost in those lighter colors easily and don't
Mhm.
show. But when you go to quilt it, man, that's personal preference. Do you have suggestions, Corey? Because I think you could kind of there's a lot of options. I literally had the thread conversation with my in a group chat earlier today about another quilt I'm doing, and I had recently bought some invisible thread from you, and I
Yeah.
was like, I think that's what I'm going to use because it's my little ghosty quilt that I'm working on, and I was like, I want my ghosties to be like the highlight. I don't want my quilting to take away from it,
Yeah.
but all my borders and everything around the ghosties are white, and I thought, well, if I do white, it's going to really be a lot in my little ghost. So I think I'm going to use that invisible thread that I got from you to quilt the whole thing so I get the texture without the color. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's really up to you. If you prefer red and you want to highlight that, go for it. I mean, I may do pink just to highlight the pink even more. Like,
Honestly, my brain
totally.
is going to like a baby pink,
Yeah.
honestly. And you mentioned when we were piecing it together, actually, I think I'm going to use a really baby pink as well when I'm piecing it, just in case if like my seams open a little bit and you'll see
It
it.
looks
Then
part of the quilting.
since the fabric has since the fabric has hints of pink in it, it'll
It,
look like it's supposed to be part
yeah.
of the fabric anyway.
Yeah.
So I
And
don't
it
have to
might
worry
get
about
lost in
that.
the quilting if you use the same
Exactly.
color for your quilting.
Exactly.
Marcy asked, have you seen glow in the dark thread? I
Ah,
have.
Marcy,
I have.
love glow in the dark thread.
You know, do you have glow in the dark thread?
Yeah. Do you want me to send you some? I'll send you some.
I think that would actually be really fun for the ghosty quilt, don't you?
Yes. We'll get you some, Bethany. I'll get you some.
Marcy, look what you did. Yeah, now I'm even more excited to quilt it. I haven't even finished the top yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, the
Eric say?
moderator. Eric says he's living for the use of baby pink thread. Also imagine one being glow in the dark. Yeah.
Could you imagine glow in the dark like snowflakes?
Ooh. You know what would be
Oh,
cool is if you did stars on this one for Christmas trees and did glow in the dark.
yes. Ooh.
Everything's
Now,
glow in the
see,
dark now.
we're going now. It's glow in the dark now. Everything is glow in the dark.
Oh my gosh, you're too funny. Uh Does Elite VIP access buy Elite access to the entire burst season, or is each month a unique event? Great question, Victoria. So what she's talking about is our Handmade Collective event that we have next week. I hope this is what you're referring to. Our Handmade Collective next week is a 3-day virtual event. Corey actually participated in our June one. So we do this event 3 times a year. I started it in March. We had a wonderful one then, and then we did a second one in June, and Corey hung out with us there. And then our last one of the year is next week, the 17th, 18th, and 19th. It is a free event to register, but what Victoria was talking about is there is an elite experience that you can purchase to get more out of it. And that's where you get like private Zooms. Corey came and hung out with the private Zooms last time, and all the teachers that teach, we have different teachers every time. They come and hang out with you in a private Zoom after the event, so you can talk to them one-on-one and ask questions. So it's like you're kind of getting to do here, but it's a Zoom, so you get to turn on your camera and talk to them. It's much more intimate. And when I created these events, and I kind of explained this to Corey when he came to our last one, I was like, he and I get to go to these shows and expos and teach classes and retreats and have that personal connection. And I realized that not everybody gets to have that. But I wanted to find a way to bring that to you in a virtual way, which is really hard to do. And so to be able to create this extra elite experience of joining these private Zooms and getting to talk to these teachers yourself and ask them questions is so cool. And you also get to make new sewing and quilting friends. So do I have a picture of the actual table runner that we are buying and doing in October? It's on the box. I don't have one done yet. Like I said, I just got mine recently and I've been planning for this event. So I'm actually going to take one of these and try to start working on it. I'm going to put it here and you guys can hold me accountable, but life happens. But I'm going to try to get the quilt top done before the Handmade Collective event next week so I can hold it up and show it to you. That's a lofty thing to say.
You put that on the internet, Bethany. It lives forever. Oh.
But don't hold it against me. My son's coming home from college on Sunday for like the day, so I will be hanging out with him that day. So I will try to get. I have sewing club tomorrow. I have a sewing
club. Put him to work cutting.
No. No. Do you want it to look nice? You just saw that it's an alert that it's 100 days till Christmas. Is that true? I'm not good at the math when it comes to days, but it feels about right. I mean, we're a little over 3 months out, so that sounds about right. But no, I have sewing club tomorrow. I have a sewing club here in Nashville called the Music City Stitchers, and we meet once a month. And I thought if I could get this cut tonight, then I can take it and try to piece as much as I can at sewing club tomorrow. And we'll just see how much I can get done. I'll try to have, I know I won't have it quilted and bound and all of that, but I will try to get at least the top done so you can see it. But I'm excited to do this, but I also want to finish my ghost quilt. So I'm pulled in a lot of directions. Okay.
You just got to go for it, Bethany. You just got to throw up, get the Diet Coke and be on your way. You just got to do it.
I got it. I always have a Diet Coke within reach. All right, guys, this has been so fun. Again, go grab your kit. We should have some left, hopefully, unless you guys snatched them all up today, which I hope you did. I want to sew with all of you. You guys seem like a really fun bunch. The chat has been super fun today. You should time it to let us know. I will try my best, but it's sewing club. There's a lot of distractions, so I'll try. Love the ghost blocks you posted. Thank you, Louise. I posted the ghost blocks over in the Caterpillar Creations Hub Facebook group. I made 16 of these little girly ghosts, and now I'm working on finishing the quilt top. So,
I saw those on your Instagram story. They're so cute.
Yeah, it is cute. All right, guys. Well, Corey, this has been fun. Thank you.
I had a blast. Thank you.
And we will. By the way, anybody going to Houston Quilt Market or Houston Quilt Festival, I'll be at Market, and so will Corey, and then he will be at Festival, and Melody from Caterpillar will be at Festival as well. So be sure to come say hi to us if you're going to be at either one of those events. We'd love to see you there. And then after that, we'll be gearing up for this sew along to start on the 22nd.
I can't wait.
I feel like you're going to get a head start and already cut stuff out.
I'm telling you right now, after this camera goes off, I'm going straight to the cutting table.
Get a block made, get it out of your system.
It's done for the day. It is technically 5 o'clock Central Standard Time to me. I don't know. That's what my watch says. According to the way I read a calendar, that's the way time works
somewhere.
Too. Work's done.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I like that idea. I think it's time for me to go do the same and prep and cut these too, so I can get one done for next week. But please come hang out with us next week. I know Corey's going to be tuning in. He'll probably pop into the chat some during next week's live event. If you want to learn more about the event, Eric put some links in the chat, but it's all over our website. It's called the Handmade Collective. Click on it. I really encourage you to register for it, which is free to do, because registering gets you automatic entry into all of our giveaways from Caterpillar, as well as our teachers that are doing giveaways. And that's the only way to be entered in those. So you register, you also get a deeper discount on products. There's so many other little goodies that you'll get just for registering. So it's free to do. We'll see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend, Corey. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. This is a great way to end the week. We do this every Friday.
We can do this every Friday. I'm here for it. This has been a blast. Thank you all so much for joining in on all of our platforms. Really, really appreciate it. I cannot wait for the Handmade Collective. I'm giving you just a quick plug. I taught at it, like Bethany said. It was such a great way just to get so much information and so many different ideas. I love the collaboration between all the instructors. And then, like you said, you don't have to pay for it. It's free. Mm-hmm. But if you do want to do that VIP access, those Zooms at the end of the day where you got to hang out with the instructors one-on-one in that little like room thing was so incredible, because we were, as instructors, able to give you a little bit more information as well that we couldn't get out because we had so much to talk about in that time frame. So yeah. I think it's incredible. And again, hats off and round of applause to you and the team, because I know it takes a lot of work.
It is, but it's a passion project. Again, I love to teach. I love to connect people. I think the sewing community is what's so special about this hobby, this craft, right? This industry. I think it's what makes it so special, unlike any industry I've ever been a part of. And it just is something that I want to make sure that everybody gets to experience at some point. I don't know if I told you this, Corey, but after the very first event that I did in March, I was so nervous because I was like, I hope people like this. And I had one of my followers over on my Craft with Bethany channel message me that watched it. And she goes, I know you didn't make that event for me. I'm going to tear up. She goes, I know you didn't make that event for me, but it felt like you did. Because I know her. I've never met her. She's followed me for a long time. We've chatted many times in Instagram DMs, but she has an adult son who's fully disabled, and she full-time cares for him. And so sewing is her little reprieve from all of those heavy responsibilities that she carries with such joy. She loves caring for him and loves him very much, but she can't really go and do like a lot of us can, like take classes or leave and go do those things, because she needs to be there for him. So when he's resting or things, she can pull out her sewing machine and have a little time to herself. So sewing for her is a little way to give back to herself. So when she tuned into this event, it made her excited about sewing. It made her want to try some new things. And it was her way of giving back to herself and feeling connected to a community that she also sometimes feels a little isolated from because of her situation. And I know that a lot of people can relate to that, where whatever stage of life that they're in right now. And I don't ever want to take my ability to be able to go and do these things for granted. And I want to be able to bring that to as many people as possible. And I really feel like you're going to get that through these events. And what times are the Homemade Collective? Starts at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, so 11 a.m. Central, and it goes till 2 p.m. Mountain Time, so 3 p.m. Central. And then those private Zooms for the elite experience is like half an hour after that, and we go for about an hour. So it's a long day, but you can pop in and out. We have so much fun. Like I said, we have teachers every day. Each teacher is teaching something different. So there's no repeating of topics or techniques. I have everything from foundation paper piecing to bag making to quilting to 3 different binding techniques to fussy cutting with templates. There's pixel quilts. There's so many things happening. If you want to learn about all the teachers and what they'll be teaching, hop on over to Caterpillar.com and click on the Handmade Collective banner, and it'll take you to a landing page, and you can see all the information. You can register there and scroll to the bottom. You'll see all of their pictures. We wrote a blog post for each one of the teachers. Click on that and you can learn all about them. A lot of them are doing free patterns, free templates, free downloads, discounts on their website, which are already active. Like they're doing giveaways. There's so much going on.
We love free stuff.
Lots of free stuff. So please go check it out. It's so much fun. Invite a friend. If you have a sewing friend that you're like, hey, we should watch this, you're going to get inspired and maybe learn some new things and hopefully make some new sewing friends, whether it's here in the chat or in that private Zoom. It's just a lot of fun. And I just want us to always have that sense of connection because it's just so important, right? That's why we 100%. Do all this, right, Corey?
Yeah, 100%.
Anyways, if you feel like that resonates with you, I'd love for you to join us. And we'll see you over there. We stream it to both the Caterpillar YouTube, the Nook and Notion YouTube, and the Caterpillar Facebook page. So you can find it at any point. You can always catch the replay. And we hope to see you next week. I mean, it is National Sewing Month. This is the perfect time to invest in yourself, right? Like this in your craft and your hobby. So grab the kit. Come learn some new things next week, and then we'll jump right into this in October and just have so much fun together. Look, she's already so excited. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Corey, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.